WAGO is a global research policy action network that seeks to improve the status of the working poor, especially women, in the informal sector of the economy. WAGO pursues its objectives by helping to build and strengthen networks of informal work organizations, undertaking policy analysis, statistical research, and data analysis on the informal economy, providing policy advice and convening policy dialogues on the informal economy, as well as documenting and disseminating good practice in support of the informal workforce. WAGO embarked on a 12-city study, Accra inclusive, at the peak of the COVID-19 crisis in April 2020, looking at 3 separate moments to find out the health and economic impact on informal workers over time. The report of the first round was launched in April 2021, which also ushered in the second round of the study. The second round focused on the continuing impact of the pandemic and interventions targeted at recovery within the informal sector. The report looked at earnings of informal workers, food security during the pandemic, health and safety, as well as household care and livelihoods. Key findings in the report suggest that informal workers have not recovered from the COVID-19 pandemic, and less than 5% of informal workers had access to government food during the pandemic. The Greater Accra Markets Association, Informal Hawkers and Vendors Association of Ghana, Kaya Youth Association, and the Kpongwe Speakers Association were among persons interviewed during the study. A research fellow at the University of Cape Coast and WAGO consultant, Dr. Owusu Bwampon, examined the findings and proposed recommendations to government.
Some Kaya had customers who come to buy the onion in bulk, so we carry it for them. Unfortunately, we cannot afford to transport ourselves to Kotoku. Neither do we have accommodation there, so we don't have access to our customers. So this is a Kaya who is making this statement that because of government's repressive policies, they've lost their customer base, and it's also affecting their incomes and livelihoods.
The Secretary General of the Trade Union Congress, Dr. Anthony Ban, said there is a need for a dedicated ministry to handle the affairs of the informal sector. The report is expected to serve as a guide for government in policy formation and decision making.